I built a foundation for a tech-focused resume in 24 hours. To pull it off, I had to learn 5 new skills in a single caffeine-fueled day. This is how it all went down. It started with a feeling I think we all know, staring at a resume that was mostly white space. I had the drive, I had the work ethic, but I didn't have the specific in-demand skills to back it up. Every job post in the tech world felt like it was written in another language, even the entry-level ones. They wanted HTML, data skills, and a bunch of other concepts that sounded totally alien. I was stuck. My career felt like a car with no engine. The frustration just kept building until I hit a wall. I realized I had 2 choices: spend the next 6 months slowly grinding through online courses, or do something a little nuts. I decided to create a challenge for myself, something so intense that quitting wouldn't feel like an option. So I made a pact with myself: one day, 24 hours to go from zero to a resume with 5 tangible, foundational tech skills. It sounded impossible. It felt impossible. But the alternative, staying stuck, was even scarier. So I armed myself with a questionable amount of energy drinks, blocked out the world, and started the clock. Here's how I did it. First up, I needed a skill that was foundational, something I could actually see to prove I was on the right track. The choice was obvious: HTML and CSS. These are the 2 languages that build basically everything you see online. HTML is the skeleton of a web page. It gives it structure. CSS is the skin. It adds the color, fonts, and style that make a website look like, well, a website. A basic understanding of these is a huge advantage for countless roles because it shows you understand how the digital world is put together. With the clock ticking, I didn't have time for dense textbooks. I needed something fast and hands-on. I found a free platform from General Assembly called Dash, which teaches you web dev basics by having you build projects right in your browser. Perfect. I dove into the first project, building a personal profile page. For the first 30 minutes, it felt like learning to write again. I was typing tags like P for paragraphs and H1 for headings, and one little typo would make the whole page look like a mess. It was a lesson in being precise, but then something clicked. I followed the instructions, linked my CSS file, and wrote my first style rule: body, background color, #2C3E50. I hit refresh, and the boring white background flashed into a slick, dark navy blue. And that was it. The aha moment. It was electric. The web wasn't some kind of magic. It was just code, text in a file that a browser knows how to read, and I was writing it. For the next few hours, I was totally hooked. I learned how to structure a page, style text, and even add images. I wasn't just using the internet anymore. I was building a tiny piece of it. By the time my deadline for this skill was up, I had a simple, clean, 1-page portfolio. It wasn't going to win any awards, but it was real. It was a link I could show someone. It was proof. 1 skill down. Next up, a skill that's become a massive force in the tech world: AI prompt engineering. If HTML and CSS are the bricks, prompt engineering is like learning how to talk to the world's smartest assistant. It's the art of writing clear instructions or prompts for AI tools like Chat GPT to get specific and genuinely useful results. As AI weaves its way into every industry, companies know that people who can use these tools well are a massive productivity multiplier. It's not just about having the AI, it's about knowing how to drive it. My approach here had to be different. There were no tags to memorize, just language and logic. I started where most people do, asking ChatGPT simple questions. And I got simple, generic, and pretty useless answers. I asked it to give me some project ideas, and it gave me a list so boring I almost fell asleep. I knew there had to be a better way, so I started researching the principles of good prompting. I learned the key ingredients. First, give the AI a role. Don't just ask a question. Tell it, you are a career coach with 20 years of experience. Second, give it deep context. I told it all about my 24-hour challenge. Third, define the format you want back, like a table or a list. And finally, You tweak and refine your prompt until the output is perfect. My aha moment came when I put it all together. I wrote a detailed prompt asking my new AI career coach to analyze the rest of my learning plan and create an efficient strategy for each skill. The response it gave me was incredible. It wasn't a generic list. It was a detailed, actionable plan that was 10 times better than what I had. It felt like unlocking a superpower. The skill wasn't just about getting answers. It was about asking the right questions. This was a tool I could use to accelerate the rest of my day, and it's a skill that makes you more effective in almost any modern job. Okay, quick pause. We're 2 skills in, the sun is probably coming up in my 24-hour timeline, and the coffee is doing some heavy lifting. If you're finding this story helpful, or you're just morbidly curious to see if I actually make it, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. It's free, and it tells me you want more content like this. All right, deep breath, back to it. Skill number 3 was about tackling a word that intimidates a lot of people: data. Data is everywhere, and companies are desperate for people who can find the meaning hidden inside giant, messy spreadsheets. The real skill isn't just looking at numbers. It's data analysis and visualization, the ability to find important insights and then present them in a way anyone can understand. Look, I knew I wasn't going to become a data scientist in a few hours, but I could learn the tools used in countless offices every day. Spreadsheets. I focused on Google Sheets because it's free, but the ideas are the same in Microsoft Excel. These programs are way more powerful than most people think. I found a public data set of a fictional company's annual sales, thousands of rows of dates, products, and revenue. Staring at it made my head spin. First, I learned to clean and organize it using filters. Simple, but effective. Then I learned basic formulas like sum and average. But the real aha moment, the absolute game changer, was discovering pivot tables. It sounds technical, but it's basically a magic wand for data. With a few clicks, I took that chaotic spreadsheet and summarized it instantly. I could see total sales per product or the top performing regions, all without writing a single complex formula. The final step was visualization. I took my pivot table summary and turned it into a bar chart. All of a sudden, the numbers told a story. I could see the huge sales spike for one product in the fourth quarter. I could see how one region was crushing the others. I had turned a wall of raw data into a clear, compelling business insight. That's a skill you can use anywhere. With the clock still marching on, it was time to step into the world of cybersecurity. For my 4th skill, I wanted to learn the basics of protecting digital systems. With data breaches and online threats being a constant headline, having a basic understanding of security is becoming essential for everyone in a company, not just the IT specialists. Honestly, I felt like a total imposter even typing cybersecurity. You think of elite hackers, not some guy with a laptop. But I found a platform called Try Hack Me, which is known for its hands-on, game-like approach to learning. They had beginner paths that assumed you knew nothing, which was exactly what I needed. I jumped into their Introduction to Cybersecurity module. The cool part was that it wasn't just reading. The platform gives you a virtual machine, a safe sandbox where you can learn about threats without messing up your own computer. I was learning about malware, not by reading a definition, but by analyzing simulated files. My focus was learning to spot phishing attempts, one of the most common ways companies get hacked. Try Hack Me showed me a series of fake emails and websites, and I had to find the red flags, the sketchy link, the urgent language, the tiny misspelling in the sender's email. The aha moment was when I correctly flagged a tricky phishing email in the simulation. I was starting to develop a new mindset, a healthy skepticism. I realized that cybersecurity, at its core, is about awareness. It's understanding that every employee is a line of defense. I learned why strong passwords and two-factor authentication are so important. I wasn't a hacker, but I was learning to think like a defender. And that awareness itself is a valuable skill to bring to any team. This was it. The final stretch. The sun had set and come back up again. I was running on fumes, but I had one last skill to tackle: Python for automation. Python is one of the most popular programming languages on the planet because it's both powerful and relatively easy to learn. My goal wasn't to master Python in a few hours. That's impossible. It was to do something practical, write a simple script to automate a boring, real-world task. The fatigue was real. Staring at a black screen with a blinking cursor felt like the final boss battle. Unlike HTML, Python is a true programming language that uses logic to get things done. I picked a problem everyone can relate to, organizing a messy downloads folder. You know, that digital junk drawer filled with PDFs, images, and installers. I wanted a script that would automatically sort all those files into the right folders. I found a beginner tutorial on YouTube and got to work. First step, the programmer's rite of passage, making my computer print "Hello World." Seeing those words pop up from my own code gave me a much-needed jolt of energy. Then I learned the building blocks, variables, loops, and conditional logic. The process was a cycle of writing code, running it, watching it break, and then figuring out why. For what felt like forever, it just wouldn't work. But then, after fixing one single misplaced indentation, it happened. My aha moment. I ran the script on a test folder full of junk files, and in less than a second, it was perfectly organized. Dozens of files, sorted. It was actual magic. I had built a tool that solved a real problem. I now understood the fundamental logic of programming and had a project to prove it. The 24-hour timer finally went off. I leaned back, completely drained. My eyes were blurry, and my brain felt like a fog of code and spreadsheets. But under all that exhaustion was this incredible sense of accomplishment. I thought back on the day. There were so many moments of doubt. At 3 a.m., staring at a Python error I couldn't solve, I almost gave up. When my CSS wouldn't line up right, I wanted to slam my laptop shut. The hardest part wasn't any single skill. It was the mental marathon. It was fighting that voice telling me I couldn't do it. But pushing through was the entire point. So what was the result of all that? I pulled up my old resume, the one with the sad, empty skills section. I deleted it. Then I opened a new document and started writing. Technical skills. HTML CSS. Built and styled a static, single-page website from scratch. AI prompt engineering. Skilled in crafting detailed prompts to generate specific, high-quality outputs from generative AI. Data analysis and visualization. Used Google Sheets to clean data, create pivot tables, and build charts to reveal key business insights. Cybersecurity fundamentals. Acquired knowledge of core security principles, including phishing identification and defensive best practices. Python wrote a basic automation script to organize files, demonstrating knowledge of loops, conditionals, and file system management. It was no longer blank. It told a story. The story wasn't that I was an expert in any of these. The story was that I'm a motivated, adaptable, and ridiculously fast learner. And in the tech world, that's often the most valuable skill of all. You can't become a master in 24 hours, but you can absolutely build a foundation. You can gain real skills that change your career path. You can prove to yourself and to an employer that you have what it takes to learn and grow. The hardest part of learning anything is just getting started. We see the mountain of things we don't know and feel paralyzed. This challenge taught me that with intense focus, you can make a serious climb in a very short time. You can genuinely surprise yourself with what you're capable of. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 skills would you try to learn in a day? Or is there another one you're curious about? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you want to follow my journey as I try to take these new skills from a resume to a reality, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.